Shalom. Shalom. Once say Kalalalem la. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai Bashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Craven Stone and Shalom to the Akim pushing this word in sincerity and in truth. Alright, so this is Kazak from GMS Jamaica, and I just want to get a quick lesson. Just like I get into a very quick lesson. Alright. So this lesson is basically coming from or is inspired by this article, from the Jamaica Gleaner, and it says birth rate continues to fall as more Jamaicans prefer small family sizes. All right. Now, while a lot of people are celebrating this, this news or these numbers, these statistics, whatever you might call it. All right. But the thing is, them not really see is like, it's like a chop, it's like a double noose, around the neck. All right. And the reason why I say this is because the ultimate, it really shows that Esau is actually at this point in time getting his way. He really show you that the devil's devices are at work. Right? And I gotta explain that briefly. Just go down in the article a little bit first. It says Jamaica continues to record a decline in the number of live births and in birth rates over time. Jamaica continues to record a decline in the number of live births and in birth rates over time, which a national report says may indicate a decrease in population growth rate due to a shift in societal preferences toward smaller family sizes. And these so-called societal preferences, is a direct result of the predicament, or is a direct result of Esau's clever planning. Because as me say, a lot of people celebrate this. Why? Their outlook or their belief in terms of children is that, look, make no sense for have kids while living in the state that our economy is in, just to excuse me, just to paraphrase their argument. Alright, so basically they must say, look, make no sense for you have kids in this current economy, right? But really and truly, it is all a plan. It is all as me say, a direct result of Esau's planning, because they are the ones who have us in this economic state right now. All economies are monitored and manipulated to be what they are. Jamaica's economic situation could have been better. But thanks to what them call the IMF, World Bank, etc. All these nations. I'm not even gonna say just Edom. But even Moab as well, right? And all these other nations that come with so-called help. But it's really to have us under subjection to them. And when we say this, I'm not really speaking in terms of Jamaica per se, but in terms of our people, Israelites. Because that's who this message is really for. That's who these nations are really targeting. right? Israelites. You know what I mean? They're not pre your Jamaican background or whatever. You know what I mean? Them are pre your ethnicity, your true genus, seeing your true origin, right? Which again, predominantly, we are of the tribe of Benjamin, of the nation of Israel. You know what I mean? Right, it says the general fertility rate is one of the most commonly used measures of fertility and is said to be a more precise measurement of fertility than the crude birth rate, which represents the number of live births per 1,000 population. Alright, the GFR represents the number of live births in a geographic area in a year per 1,000 women of childbearing age. Age is 15 to 14 to 49 years. Why? Wow, it really funny that them actually put 15 there, so is me, but you know, moving on. It says while the crude birth rate does so with total population, fluctuations in the GFR values indicate variations in the number of live births have decreased. Alright, so it says the crude birth rate dropped from 12.4 in 2020 to 11.4 in 2022. It said both the crude birth rate and the GFR indicate decrease in fertility rates over the period. Alright, the ESSJ said understanding these patterns is crucial for policymakers, planners, healthcare professionals and researchers to develop appropriate strategies for addressing demographic challenges and ensuring the well-being of the population. Right, so let me go, let's get this real quick. Alright, so this is the official social media account for the media outlet that posted the article. And I mean, I'm just gonna jump to just a few of the comments. Alright, so it look like it now gonna load. So I'm just gonna read the one with the right here. So it says young people start to have sense. This is a good thing. Can't bring pitney in a poverty and have them suffer. You know what I mean? And as me say, it's really a double news, because here we have Yahweh Bashim Yahushai created man, and him say, be fruitful and multiply, you know what I mean, and replenish the earth. So it is a good thing for women to be having children. It is a good thing to be bearing fruit. However, you know what I mean, due to certain predicaments in the society that we live in right now, it's really hard for just say, oh, alright, me reach a level now where me can just start have children, or me reach a age or me need some children, so me just go start make some children. You know what I mean? There's a lot of for somebody where, let's say somebody where responsible or basically plan out your future already. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things you have to take into consideration when deciding to have children. Which back then, you know what I mean, where we're coming from, yes, there would definitely be considerations, you know, and planning, right? But the level that it's at right now is way different from what it was before. You know what I mean? Because we're living at some deplorable states. You know what I mean? We're living in poverty. We're living below the poverty line. There are no there's no programs, like proper programs in place where we basically help the nation. You know what I mean? There aren't certain things in place where to ensure that nobody suffers, basically, you know? Right? Where we're coming from, the entire nation is supposed to be looking out for each and every person in our nation now, right? And that even goes back to the law, statutes, and commandments. Each person supposed to teach each other the laws, basically keep each other in check, right? So justice basically looking out for each other, right? And that should be happening on all fronts, in all aspects, right? According to the law, you pick, you have your farm, you reap. You're not supposed to reap everything. You leave for the poor or the passers-by. You get me? But all those little details, from our origin have been removed. Seen? So now we have our people thinking that it's a good thing that we nation is not reproducing, when that is a bad thing. You see me? Because the ultimate goal for these nations is to get rid of us. You know what I mean? And then basically start by reducing the population. Again, this is not about Jamaica. This is about our nation, the nation of Israel. Alright? So, just jumping a couple precepts. This is Deuteronomy 28, verse 45. So, moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of Yahweh thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. Right? Alright, so going back to going back to the top. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed. You know what I mean? And our people being in the state with them there right now, to the point where we can't comfortably raise children. We can't comfortably raise children. You know what I mean? If you get a girl pregnant, is a whole lot of stress and depression come down upon you. That's a cursed state. That's a cursed people. You know what I mean? That's a cursed nation. You see me? When you can't have children and be joyful in your children, it come with a lot of depression, a lot of stress, a lot of problems, a lot of regrets. You see me? That's not how it was set from the beginning. But as I say again, these nations, especially Edom, they basically want to get us destroyed from off the face of the earth. You see me? So we now feel like yes, birth control and contraceptives, abstinence and all these things, that they are good, when it's really these devils put them things in place, right? Put these things in our head for us to think that it's good, right? A female gets pregnant, she get ostracized. Our whole family is like our whole family turn them back against her. Same thing with the man, right? Even if it's a case where the man where she get pregnant for is not necessarily a croft, or somebody that has no ambition. Even so, right? You get pregnant at a certain age, for certain people or certain living conditions, you get looked down on. Nobody stretches out a helping hand, right? That take a lot of mental, what you call it now? Brainwashing, then, for lack of a better term, right? It just really shows how much Esau has a hold on the mind of our people. You see me? And according to Isaiah 4:6, our people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Right? Because the ones them are destroyed that have been destroying us, they are the ones who we are seeking knowledge from. Right? Our people put their knowledge above all. Seen? Let me just grab this real quick. Alright, so Hosea 4 and verse 6, it says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget thy children. Alright. This is Amos 1 and verse. So, yeah, 1 and verse 11. It says, thus saith Yahweh, for three transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof. Because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity. And his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. Alright. Hey. Eventually, once we're back in our kingdom, all these curses, all these things that we are going through, gonna be turned onto these heathen. However, we not go encourage them if you don't have children. Because the scripture tells us if him have children, alright, matter of fact, let me see if I can remember which part that day. Isaiah 14. Alright, I know this is not the one I did want. I think is the one was say if they have children it is for the sword, just to paraphrase. But I'm gonna read this one either way and then we can finish the lesson. Alright, so this is Isaiah 14 and 21. It says, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the faces of the earth of the world with cities. So again, hopefully with that, this lesson was edifying. Shalom, Kalalalem la, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.